possible. Again, if you have an earmark deal in the cell tonight, we need you to go to that truck at this time and get your photo taken with CPS so we can use those photos to look your votes for the cell this evening.
Mama, what did you
real solid class here. I think all these Gilts offer quality. Yet maybe you want to change them all nickel right there at their knee, but with that said, I think there's one that just stays together from a mobility standpoint, the most attractive on the side. I like the Velvet Gilt to win the drive. I think that's the Gilt that looks like a female in terms of the way she's designed her skeletons, right? You know, ideally want to square her knee up a little bit there, but I think the young lady does a good job getting her drove there all the way through, gives you a good look on the side. I think a nice place to start. Second and third, I spent a little more time on. I like the Blue Gilt to go second. I read her as a little heavier skeleton. I read her shoulder set a little bit better. For me, we want to pick her pastures up ever so slightly, maybe give her a shot more shape, but a nice kind of a Gilt there to be second. Third place Gilt, young man's done a great job showing Gilts the last couple of days. This Gilt's a little drier, her full rib and center body. Just need to fill her out and pick her front feet up at the same time. But shape and muscle, got a big engine working in her, a big hind leg. Just need to see her a little fuller in the center part of her body. Nice Gilt to be third. Fourth place Gilt is one that offers power and muscularity. She's too tight off both ends. Need to push her shoulder back. Need to give her more security out of her hip and hind leg. The young man in the pink shirt's got one that's really attractive on the side. She's got a good tail set working in her. Need to crack her open when she comes at me, and she goes right away. She's just a little flatter all the way through. Just need to bulk her up in the center part in her lower third. Next one comes out as one that gives you a nice look. She's got some shape. She's got some muscle. She's a little too far forward in her shoulder. Just need to give her more correctness out of her hip and hind leg. I visited with the remainder of the exhibitors. Congratulations to them. Let's give them a nice round of applause. They head back.
Class 19, first place was Donna Hicks. Second place, Eleanor Borba. Third place, Josh Cole. Fourth place, Jenna Brome. Fifth place, Wayne Barnett. Sixth place, Sierra Short. Seventh place, Presley Montgomery. Eighth place, Mason Wolfbarger. Ninth place, Jenna Nelson. 10th place, Spencer Francisco. Thank you very much. Congratulations. We're ready for class 20, which weights are from 307 to 314.
We missed you on that last class. Have some pedigrees for you. Donna Hicks's hog that was first there is another out of breath boar that's been having quite a bit of success on the top side of these classes today, raised by No Limit Genetics. Second went to Ellie Borba, hog raised by Soto Family Show Pigs. No sire on that one, but we do know the Gilt's name is Tara, for what that's worth. And in third, we had a hog raised by Heimer. Again, no pedigree on that one. I would assume a dirty secret, but I'm not positive.
I'd say your odds are good.
She looked like one. What are we weighing? We're behind now.
Let's see who's in the first.
White.
How about that?
Nasser's going to get weighed here in a minute, looks like.
3970 is Tyler Nasser's hog.
Winmore hog. Dirty secret.
I think that's a litter mate to the blue one in the last division. In fact, I know it is. Tyler Nasser weighing in another one.
She doesn't have a back tag on her.
Is that a litter mate, Tyler, to the blue one? Is those litter mates to the blue one? Okay. We're just telling everybody on Facebook. I thought so. There you go. Less famous big sister, Tyler says.
Good thing Travis didn't hear that.
Pardon?
Good thing Travis didn't hear that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Blaine Lee with the black Gilt over there. Headed to the pen, and I can't seem to find him there on the sheet to find out what that one is. There he is.
Alphabetical order, you know.
I was looking for the back tag number. Didn't learn my alphabet at Colorado State. Blaine's Black Hog is a wedding night. Raised by Ottenwalder.
I'm not very good at switching back and forth from numbers to last name because I don't know some of them, their last names. Sorry, I had to jab you a little.
I appreciate that. 36.25. It looked like the back tag on him. What?
It's about the only thing I learned in school was alphabet.
Jace Meyering, S&D Genetics. And that one again is a dirty secret on the scale right now.
3508 goes on next. I don't know that, young man, so we got to use the alphabet again. Or the. Oh.
No, we got to turn the page.
Turn the page again. Wedding Blues. Ottenwalder hog.
That is a crazy colored one.
That's the black one. What's the 3625 that just went in
That's
the
the
pen?
one I just said before. That's S&D Show Pigs, a dirty secret. Jace Meyering from Nebraska.
I would say the two popular boars today, or three popular really probably, Wedding Blues, of course Dirty Secret, and then the Out of Breath boar's done a good job.
That's the Wedding Blues there, another black hog.
Yep.
Obviously Dad's coming out in the pedigree there.
Copper colored hog here, Connor Shippey. That is a Wedding Night hog, 7163.
Missed the blue gilt there. Did he miss weigh that hog?
That was a 7113.
So lock it up.
Lock it up. There's not a holding pin there, but he's going to put him there and say, hey, stay there, partner.
Warden Hoblin.
Jesse Hoblin.
He weighed a lot of them in that.
Man, he did.
Was
How
there
many
8?
weigh? About
7,
18
maybe?
of them.
Felt like it.
I think he was just trying to get Bo a workout.
Coming out first is the Lock It Up hog. Connor Correa from California driving this one. Raised by Warden and Hoblin.
Never did get a look at this young guy. What's his number there? 50 something. 5427.
Isaiah Gomez from Oklahoma. That's a Cobb bred hog. Square deal.
Square deal.
Blaine Lee with a Wedding Night sired Ottenwalder hog.
Nasser, another one of those dirty secrets. What did he say? Less famous littermate big sister or something. That one is a littermate to the one that ends up third or fourth in the last division.
S&D Show Pigs, the spotted up hog that just came out. That's another dirty secret. And Wedding Blues, that other black hog out in the center of the ring right now. It's on the second page. Can't see the young lady's number. I'd tell you about that one, but
Can't either. I know her. I just got to figure out who she is. I can't remember my own kids' names. Oh man, something 24. Oh, 824. That gives us 3 of the 4 numbers.
got it.
Yep, that's it. Jeslyn Peterson, Merced, California. Another No Limit Genetics red
Wanna
hog.
speculate on what that one is?
I'm not going to bet against you, but I'll bet it's Out of Breath. What do you think?
I think there's a chance.
In from the peanut gallery comes Jeff. Morris just hops the fence, and there he comes in.
Jeff's been working hard all day. I know I was kind of hard on Jeff last year.
Yeah.
On Walton, I got a little flack for it. I haven't been hard on him yet, but...
We can change that if you want.
Well, he pulled up a chair and sat in the show ring, so it must be a product of his age. Had to take a seat.
It happens when you get old.
Look at Bo's even over there running gates now.
Man, he is the man, that guy, I'll tell you.
Wonder how many nights he spends away from home. He just...
A lot. He is an awesome guy, and that company is so dang supportive of shows all over this country.
Yeah, he doesn't miss one.
He does not miss them.
And he goes and does it himself. I mean, it's not like there's a whole army of them splitting up the country. He's everywhere.
He is the man. He is an awesome guy. He's been super supportive of our camps, and we have a FFA gala that we're going to do a fundraiser here toward the end of January, and he donated a scale that's painted the FFA blue and gold colors with a big paint job on the side. Super cool. They're going to auction that off, and he's been nothing but awesome. And of course their scales are bar none the best there is in the business.
And their pin systems are awesome.
Oh.
I know he made it work for us to get some pens all the way up in Wisconsin and help us find a way to get them there that was reasonable. And
every one of the panels we're looking at are all WW. This entire barn, there's a few pins that are older ones here, but this entire barn is full of WW pins, and there's a bunch of them. About 800 of the 1,000 or 960 hogs, I would tell you, are probably pinned in WW pins in here, and gonna be getting more.
Jace Meyering spotted up hog again. That's the dirty secret. S&D
Here's
show.
Travis.
Really deep class in the deepest of the division, without a doubt.
Mary.
I think all three of these offer. With that said, there's one that I gravitate towards in terms of look and balance and maintains heaviness of structure and design. That's the white gilt. She went for the user for me. Congratulations to this young man. Got a real good balance, kind of a gilt that's good about her pastern. She gives you a great look on the side. Real good square hip and hind leg. The body shape matches. I think a real nice one to start this drive. How about second and third were close? And they're contrasting in their types and kinds. I like the uniqueness of this gilt right here. Not only from a color standpoint, but just from a design standpoint. I need to push her shoulder back and give her just a nickel more comfort and ease, but she ties in big in terms of shape and muscularity. She's a really heavy skeleton kind of a hog, unique looking up in her front end, and I just wish she had just a little more length to step off both ends, and I think she pushes and rivals our class winner. But I think a real nice gilt to be second with some unique pieces. The gilt third is impeccable in terms of her design and her flexibility. That gilt just needs a little bit more to her in terms of muscle shape and power, and if she does, that one maybe rivals even more towards the class, because get right behind her, she needs more stifle muscle for me for this particular weight. But her design is really good. She's a sound-footed kind of a hog. Just need to see more overall power to get her any higher. The fourth place gilt that comes out is the power hog in the drive. She's the wide, square, heavy bone one that gives you some moderation. She's too flat up in her front feet. She pushed the limits too much for me in terms of the way she goes out of her hind leg. But heavy bone, barrel making kind of a gilt there. Just a little harsher all the way through. Just need to see just a little more of this overall grow for me in the breeding gilt ring. Really good hip and hind leg for that much power working in her. Just need to give her a little more look. Real fast one comes out next, but she's sound on her feet and legs. Need to have more muscularity working all the way through in terms of shape and muscle. Next, black gilt comes out. Young man drove a good set of hogs. Maybe putting one of this quality down the way. She just needs to be opened up underneath in her flesh and her forehead. Open her up in her chest floor. Real nice gilt to be in the middle of the drive. Here's one that does have more overall center body. You need to crack her open and square her up underneath. Good class all the way through. Extremely deep. Let's give these exhibitors a big round of applause.
Class 20 results: first place Isaiah Gamez, second place Jace Meyering, third place Tyler Nasser, fourth place Connor Correll, fifth place Jesslyn Peterson, sixth place Blaine Lee, seventh place Max Val, eighth place Trip Kaiser, ninth place Yoki Tappan, and in 10th place Haley Bittencourt. Congratulations. Class 21 is next with weights from 315 to 320. Also on the wall behind the announcer stand on the door are the barrel classes for tomorrow. So please look at those, make sure they're right. We need to get them corrected if there's a mistake, if you're not there. So they're on the wall, they're on the door, the rolling door behind the announcer stand in the ring. So please go evaluate those here in the next couple hours if you get a chance. Jennifer's in the office. If there's any corrections to be made, she'll be there. So let's get.
We're back up and going here. Jack, we're going to keep Jeff working if you're listening there. I see we got a comment from you on Facebook. We're going to keep Jeff rolling. We're going to crack the whip here. He's on the clock. You're right. Got to keep his tail moving. In fact, we're not even going to feed him lunch.
You know I'm going to get flack for this again, right?
That's all right. We're good with it.
You can't pick on Jeff.
Jeff he'll get over it. He's just going to have to get a little thicker hided.
All jokes aside, though, those guys are out there working hard.
You kidding me?
He's put on the miles over the last couple days.
You bet he has. No, we're really appreciative to have Jeff and Clay here, and thanks to Jack and the other Clay back there at home, our NSR and CPS folks. We couldn't do what we do without those guys, and they've made our show what it is. Without the cooperation and the ability to have this an affiliate show is what's made it.
Maggie Roach's hog's not wanting to go on the scale. Eclipse sired hog. There's by WD Swine Farms.
We had one earlier. That one ran to the other end several times, and it took 4 of them to get that dude into the scale.
I did make eye contact with Jeff, and he knew we were talking about him. He closed his eyes pretty tightly. I think he's concerned.
Well, Jeff does a good job and has a good attitude, and he's at least smiling now when they're chasing this hog to the other end. By the way, we might be giving you a hard time on Facebook right now.
I was wondering.
Did you wear your sneakers today?
Bo looks like he's ready for a rodeo to get this hog in the scale.
Our photographers are sitting right here, so that's part of the deal. That Gilt wants nothing to do with these photographers.
I didn't even know they were tucked down right there.
Yeah, don't talk bad about them. They're right there.
I didn't really. Typing hog's gonna catch the scale here.
Kai is going in the scale.
Ottenwalter bred hog, a wedding night. Old man wedding night himself.
The man.
They say Mark pets that boar every day.
I do every time I go there. That boar still looks like a show hog at how many every years old. He's incredible. Kurt Morgan raised that thing. I'll tell you, there's another boar that saw some earlier in here out of that Viper boar that Kurt's got back there, and I've got a few of those at home. And man, you talk about some heavy structured, cool looking hogs. That Viper deal's working pretty good too.
Leah Rogers heads for the scale. Well, actually, who's that in front of her?
That's the Nelson girl. She's from here in Arizona. Remember that alphabetical deal?
But I
it's
don't
not
see
working,
Nelson.
is it? Well, maybe I'm...
You're lying to me. No, she's right there. Emma Nelson. It's a cob hog.
LMN, right? Yeah, cob hog. I think Ernest has been helping that family.
And then we got the Rogers hog.
And there's a Leah.
Out of line. That's another boar that's done real well.
Oh, those hogs are good. Those hogs are good. I told you, Russell told me that he thinks Out of Line's the new wedding night. We'll see. That's a pretty big statement. Predictability, though.
I think that Gilt's pretty neat. Interesting. Different.
That line board probably offers a little more extension and look than some of the wedding nights. $72.61 catches the scale. Who's that? Page 2. Bingo.
Lena Wilson, Montrose, Colorado. Another out of line. Cotton Walter. Wonder if those two are litter mates.
Ear notch should be on there. That's
Oh.
a 32 litter, and what's Leah's?
Nope.
No. Many sows they got over there. There's no
Yeah.
telling how many, and I know they use that boar super heavy.
Boy,
that
those
one.
two gilts are just
Man, they're
marked.
peas in a pod,
Yeah.
aren't they? Pretty nice females.
Still trying to get this hog weighed. I don't know.
Man, that one is a knot.
Poor
head.
Maggie. She's
Doesn't want anything to do with those boards is part of the problem. I don't know what they do here. I mean, you got to get the gilt in the scale. Grab that thing by the ears, there, Bo. Here she goes. That young lady's going to get that. Yeah. Good job, young lady. Way to stay patient. Because I would have probably flipped out. That hog did not want to be around those pig boards, and some don't. And these boards are black. Usually it's the red ones.
I really like the surface that they're showing on with the pellets instead of the shavings.
You like
can
that better?
Yeah, I think you can.
You can
a
read their
lot.
feet.
Yeah, in terms of feet and legs.
You're not going to hide much in this,
No.
are you? And it's got some cushion. I mean, it's not just stupid.
It's a little unforgiving, but it tells the story.
Should. Keeps them honest. And, you know, I'm pretty impressed, to be honest. I don't see any crippled ones. I don't see any super bad-legged ones. I mean, this quality is way good.
Yeah, we were just talking. I mean, in terms of hind leg and hogs that are outside their skeleton and bowing, I think as a group, big improvement. From
I think
this time last
I
year.
think the industry's coming. I mean, we're getting this thing figured out. But you know, the talk is every judge you listen to in America, the talk is got to be good on their hip and hind leg. So that bow-legged deal just doesn't work, and people have figured out. I don't care. We can't make that work.
Quickest way for you to review it. If you have a purebred gilt that made the sale, we need you to go to the backdrop to get that photo taken as soon as possible so we can use those to promote those gilts for the sale this evening.
We got a Tristan's Gilt is a dirty secret. Wedding night on the black hog of Typins. Kai's driving there, and the furthest away.
Aaliyah's is out of line.
Out of line. So 2 Ottenwalter hogs.
Two out in Walter and a
Lackey
Heimer.
again.
Another Lackey hog.
On that.
Well, Travis is scratching his head on this one, huh? Two different types. The Dirty Secret's big, dense, stout, moderate, heavy structured. The blue one is super cool, jack-headed, super pretty. He's going to get out on top of him and take a look there.
She's got an interesting ear set, doesn't she?
Those outline hogs are that way. Let's see what Travis says.
Up here for our top trio, I think another tremendous kind of a class and our quality all the way through. I think another one that they ran 6'8" deep, and I think that the top pair of Gilts are polar opposite, and that's okay with me. As I said the last 2 days, I'm just going to put them up how I see them. Don't necessarily have to look alike in the top pair or three. I think the two blue Gilts it comes down to, I think they're contrasting in their types and kinds. I think I read one with a little more elevation, a little better pasture set. I read one with more flesh and center body with a better hip and hind leg. So, just for me, it's personal preference. I've been talking about a hip and hind leg. Green shirt suits me best. Congratulations to her. She's got our class winner in this drive. I'll be the first to admit, maybe want to make her just a little better headed, but I call her good enough in this drive. I like that Gilt's mobility that she does have. She's a heavy skeleton kind of a hog that offers some shape still on the top side of her. This blue Gilt is striking for you side, and I commend this young lady. You got a real good Gilt. That Gilt's just too flat right there in her forerib and center body, and if she was 20 pounds bigger and bulked up, I mean, that's what it takes to make those real good big ones, because she is incredibly good on the side in terms of her look and design. She maybe just wants to favor a little bit and get a little bit straighter from hock to ground, more out of her right hock, and that's getting critical. We just need to bulk her up in the center part of her body. That's a real good pattern. You can talk them back and forth. I like the mobility in the hind leg of the young lady in the green shirt to win the drive. Young man's got a real good Gilt to be third, and I think this Gilt's one that offers some look from the side, real shapely, extremely well prepared kind of a Gilt with great skin and hair. She's good enough in the center part of her body. Just need to give her a little more mobility out of her hip and hind legs. She pushes the limits in terms of her hock set, the way she's out on her wall. Just need to give her a little more comfort and ease. Next young lady's got a Gilt that was wanting to run a little bit on her, but she's another one that gives you a nice look on the side. She levels up good out of her hip. She's a little shorter out of her hip at the same time and just wants to throw herself out of bounds the longer the drive goes on. You can see her hip and hind leg move with more mobility. Blue Gilt comes out, offers some breed value in terms of shape and muscle. Good looking one from the side. She just wants to bubble up there a little bit. The ham line hookup just pushes the limits in terms of how much muscle she's got going away. I want to trim her hock up at the same time. The next one comes out is one that maybe doesn't put any big things together, but I think from a mobility and soundness standpoint, she needs to land middle of the class. She levels up nice. She's got a good hip. One that I think offers some shape when you get on top of her. Just want to crack her open when she comes right at me. That's why I got critical of that one. Real heavy skeleton one comes out next. Got some breed value, huge hip and hind leg. Just gets a little narrower underneath all the way through. I visited with the remainder of the exhibitors. Congratulations to them. Let's give a big round of applause.
First place, Tristani Roscoe. Second place, Allie Rogers. Third place, Kai Kappen. Fourth place, Maggie Roche. Fifth place, Lena Wilson. Sixth place, Emma Nelson. Seventh place, Sienna Brotherton. Eighth place, Lucas Rezendas. Ninth place, Gage Winters. And in 10th place, Reese Sandberg. Congratulations, we're ready for class 22, 321 to 334.
Had to take a time out there to eat a little of Mark Ottenwalter's. What's it called?
Chipino.
World famous. I think he's got a kitchen in the back over there.
He's delivering them all. He brought 30 gallons of it, he said. Landry, if you're home listening and they're in Louisiana, we're missing you out here, buddy. We could have had Chipino and gumbo. We could have had our fill of good food with rice.
What was that? Just caught a pen there. $65.99. Oh, that's Dennis Grove.
Okay.
Hog from TKO Genetics. That's a dirty secret.
My word. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Quite a bit of success here on that boar again.
That boar must have more doses than any boar in the country.
Next hog is Hirschfield. Creighton Hirschfield. Hog raised by Jesse Hoblin. That's another lock it up. Second one of those we've seen in the last couple classes on the top side here.
That's 6806. That is Kelsey Brooks.
Yeah, hog raised by Gitterdun Show Pigs, and another dirty secret.
3 for 3 and 2 for 3, huh?
We're getting big here. These hogs are weighing 321 to 331. Do they cut this off on the top side?
375 with a 15 way back, so we could have some at 390.
Shout out.
Bet we do. Bet we got some big ones.
Yeah, there's some big ones.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
Still got a few yet to come. It's just going to give a shout out to Nathan Ray at home. I assume he's Pharaoh, and I'm not sure, but watching the Facebook Live.
Tell us what you think if you're watching the Facebook Live. You like it? You don't like it? We finally got somebody good in here to commentate. We got Krisha in here, so you don't have to listen to my voice resounding every day.
I don't know about that. Shannon puts a lot of hours in to be over here and let you know who's out here and what these hogs are sired by. We got Max Heimer.
Max Heimer.
Dirty 239. That hog is obviously raised by the Heimer family.
Max is a Duroc man. He had the reserve Duroc yesterday that he raised.
I thought it was pretty cute when Jesse snapped him on the way back to the pen and he was petting her. That was kind of...
I'm not a Snapchatter, so I didn't see that, but I heard that Jesse was blowing Snapchat up.
What did we do for entertainment before Snapchat?
We had a lot more time to work, I hate to tell you. Heck, what do you mean? Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Hey, what else you want to do? There's bound to be a new one coming pretty soon, right?
Surely you got a Twitter, don't you, Shannon?
Nope, maybe I got a Twitch, but that was from nerves. No Twitter for me. I have an account because I watched one thing one time and I couldn't tell you how to operate it to save my life. I'm not an Instagram guy. I'm not a Snapchat guy. About all I can understand is Facebook, and that takes a little too much time at some points in life.
People love it. Here's some of your comments from...
We got the Oregon people watching as well. We appreciate y'all watching. Have to make the trip out next time.
Keep the comments coming, guys.
Stuck home in Texas. It might be just about as warm there, though, as it is here.
Well, you're not lying. We got to have the most views and the most comments in our barn. And yes, it is a competition.
Although the cattle people do have Ryan Rash out there, so...
There could be some entertainment out
there
there
are
today.
a few that would like to listen for that.
No commentators over there, though.
He probably doesn't need any.
No, I'd say that's right. Again, a shout out to our crew that puts this thing on, and Jennifer Martin, our newest addition to our crew, and Vicki Trump, our other superintendent, have worked their tails off here, and things have run relatively smoothly for a 1,000-head deal. Jeff Maynard's been up there announcing for the last 2 days and got to commentate a little yesterday, and Kevin Rogers has announced, and
That's that girl.
Kaylee's worked the ring.
Sorry, I got kind of excited because I like that one. She's nice.
Yeah, good. Let's hear it.
That Grove Hog just came back out again. She's,
The red one,
no, this belted.
belted one. Sorry, I had my head buried in a
The
bowl of
Hirschfield
Cioppino.
Hog coming next. TKO Genetics.
Here's old Miles Lee close up to us. That kid's a character now.
He is a good kid.
He's awesome.
There's, what is there, 3 brothers there?
Maybe 3. Only know the 2. Only know Blaine and Miles. And Blaine won showmanship yesterday in that senior division. Thanked his parents and his team, and they brought quite the team, as you know. 39 trailer loads of them, literally.
What is the Lee Hog? We
I don't
didn't
know. Here, you
talk
want
about
me-
that one yet. Yeah, you paw through that for me. He's down here. Alphabetical, remember?
Oh yeah, sorry. Durr.
It's a
We got a
Shine On.
Justin Lee in there too, though. Yeah, that's a Shine On hog. Give you a little break. You can eat your lunch. Again, a shout out to our media interns too. We've got Mary in here with us, and Lauren's up top, or was up top. I think they vacated us all, Mary. Sorry, suckers.
I think a good class, I think, falls together pretty easy for me. The young man with the belted gilt's going to win the class. Let's give him a nice round of applause. I think he's got the balanced gilt that offers some shape and muscularity. I read this gilt's hind leg a little more ideal than our second place. Not saying she's not out there on the corners, because she is, but I think she utilized it and used it good enough in this class to go ahead and give her the nod. I think second place is going to be the young man at the blue gilt. I like this gilt's just overall dimension. She's got a big center kind of a gilt. Got a good in terms of heaviness and structure and bone. She gets a little shorter off both ends. Just want to lengthen and strengthen her ever so slightly right at her ankle. Young man's got a third place gilt, but I think this falls into place. It kind of looks like a sow. She's got a good hip and hind leg. If you want to elevate her, give her just a little more just overall look out of her front end. But in terms of feet, legs, center body, dimension, I think she lands third pretty logical for me. Fourth place gilt's on the other side of things in terms of one that's very attractive on the side. She gives you a good look. She just runs out of power at her lower third. You get in front of her, you get behind her, just need to pull her apart. Young man does a good job showing her positives off from the side. Just need to see more muscle at this particular weight. This one does have more muscle, more center body. She's a little shorter, rounder out of her hip. Just need to level her hip out and give her more security from her ankle down. Young lady does a good job driving her as well. The red belted gilt, very attractive. She's a bigger, taller, a longer made kind of a gilt. Just gets too flat at her foreribs for this particular weight. One that's angles read right and true. She's a heavy skeleton one. Just need to see more flank and forerib in her to get her any higher. The next one comes out as one that just needs cracked open right there at her chest floor. She gets a little bit rounder out of her hip. I like her freshness. I like the shape that she does have. Very high quality, kind of an underline. The next gilt comes out. I talked about her with that young lady. A little more awkward the way she moves out of her hock there. Not near secure enough. I visited with the remainder exhibitors. Congratulations to them. Let's put our hands together as they head back.
First place for class 22 is Dennis Grove. Second place, Creighton Hirschfield. Third place, Max Heimer. Fourth place, Miles Lee. Fifth place, Kelsey Brooks. Sixth place, Michaela Chambers. Seventh place, Emma Sewing. Eighth place, Mallory Yoki. Ninth place, Brooke Day. And in 10th place, Justin Lee. Congratulations. Class 22 is in the ring. Weights from 321 to 334. Sorry, class 23. 335 to 344.
So again, guys, we're here back at class 23. First one in the scale is Michaela Scortino. That's an Walter hog sired by Adeline. Michaela is the granddaughter of Mark and Sandy Walter. Berkshire appearing hog. I think there's one of those in Texas that's been absolutely killing it in the breed deal, but that one had class Berkshire for darn sure. As BA said one time, he was judging a show, he said that one's got as much Berkshire in it as I do. Next one in is Manny Size. Manny is from Southern Arizona, Tucson. That's a Dirty Secret, bred by Heimer.
Shannon,
Yes, ma'am.
I discovered we got a lot of shout-outs to give.
We did?
Yeah.
All right, who we got to give them
I
to?
haven't been paying very good attention here.
Tate Reinhardt's next in the scale. Tate is from Tonopah, Arizona. That one was bred by me, actually.
Nice hog, Shannon.
Yeah.
Andy and Devonna aren't here, and Devonna says hi. So.
Hey, Devonna, how are you? We're missing you. What are you
Kinda
doing
missing
sitting
you
at
in
home in
Phoenix.
California, enjoying the weather or what? You got an extra, bring these in to use a bowl. It's the roof. Oh, shoot one in. Mary, you want a bowl of that chipino? Sure. Okay.
It was awesome, thank you.
It's gone. Licked it clean. Thank you. Way good. Oh, yeah. Probably not. Oh, yeah.
All right, Shannon, what do we got going on?
Well, we got 4 in the pins. So Tate's, that's actually sired by Heimer at Crossroads Sockham. And that's out of a Colt 45 sow. The next one there is Shorty, as I call her. That's Reese Sandberg. That is a Ottenwalter bred hog, sired by Wedding Blues. The next one is Michaela Scortino. That one's an Adeline hog bred by Ottenwalters, and the one in the first hole is Manny Size from Tucson, Arizona, and that is a Dirty Secret bred by Heimer. So mixed bag of boars over there in the pin, and there's a 5th one is in the scale now. I can't see this young lady's number. It's covered up, or she doesn't have it.
She's got one of those fancy new cooling towels, it looks like, of Sullivan Supplies. Is that what that is?
I don't know. I guess
they've got some new
behind the I'm
technology.
behind the 8 ball on that deal.
Might just be a towel, but constantly developing new products there at Sullivan.
Unbelievable.
They're
One
obviously-
heck of a company.
Yeah, one of the big major show sponsors. John's,
Around the country.
he's really good about giving back. I know that stock show if you guys have ever attended one of those, there's Plenty of giveaways at those.
No doubt about it. Speaking of giveaways, you guys gave away a little bit of stuff so far this week, huh? A whole pickup load, literally.
Laura stocked us up. I had to borrow Shannon's truck to bring it all over from the hotel.
I gave her and Bruce a shout out yesterday. We'll give them another one today. But guys, thanks for shipping all the goodies here for the kids, and that's what this deal's about. You get rid of the kids, none of us have anything to do.
If you have family here and you're watching, tell them to head over to the Showtech booth, wake James up, get a hat, some feed scoops, plenty of air fresheners too over there.
Might be a piece of bubble gum too.
I don't know. The kids were pretty helpful and kind of hard on that yesterday.
They worked on it? There was a whole box full of that.
There was 15 boxes of gum, and I think we're out.
Wow, there's going to be some sticky shoes around this place. Guys, this glass of water's pretty deep, I'm going to tell you, on the top end here. I think he weighed 5, and there's some gilts out there in the ring right now that probably get at the top of some of these other classes. Pretty good set of hogs in the ring. Young lady here, the 71-74, really nice black gilt there.
Cannon show pigs?
Yeah. So
No
he's letting them
sire,
out. So first one out is in the 4th hole. That's Tate Reinhardt.
That's the hog raised by
That's
Schultz.
the house. One raised at our place. That one's got a really good mama.
Always takes a good sow behind those.
Yeah, that one's got a good mama. That one's done pretty well this summer. This winter, I should say. I guess the summer's long gone. Showed him right at the end of the summer as a feeder hog, and Reese is out there with her hog.
What is that one, a wedding?
I think Reese's is a Wedding Blues. Manny's is a Dirty Secret, and Michaela's, the Berkshire appearing one, is Out of Line. I said earlier one time BA judged our county, and the hog that wins was a Berkshire appearing hog, and he says, I'm going to tell you that one's got as much Berkshire in me as that I have in me, but it's still the best one. That one wins overall. Look just like that one. 4 white socks and a white streak face. So Tate ends up in the 6th hole.
You get that sometimes with that wedding night, wedding blues stuff. You can get some of those white-footed.
Yeah, that one's an Out of Line.
That one's an Out of Line.
Yeah, with that white, Out of Line will throw those white streaked faces like that.
We had a wedding blues. I think he's somewhere down in Texas that's marked that way this year.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a litter mate to that one. I doubt it. It's a lot smaller. There's one in Texas. Been killing it in the Berkshire deal that's Out of Line. This is Manny size. This is a Dirty Secret hog from Heimer.
I know Jesse's another guy who's got a lot of hogs here.
You better believe it. Does an awesome job and been a big supporter. Manny's kid that's been through our camps and through Next Level Camp. I shouldn't say ours, but I happened to be there helping the days he was there, and a good kid. And Kevin Gary mentors him and been helping him out, and so keeps those hogs at the land lab at the high school.
That Next Level show camp, if you guys aren't familiar with it, it's a great opportunity to learn, and they're huge supporters of this show and give back to the kids a lot. I know most of the kids on the top side of that showmanship yesterday had been through or
I think in the junior division, in the top 10, 6 or 7 of them had been through camp.
Now they've expanded to the goat side as well, so look for that as we move forward.
Yeah, well, had the opportunity to go there in Oklahoma second weekend of December and had Alan Poe and a few of those guys there and Chauvinex, those people there on that goat deal, and it made me pretty excited about the goat deal. I don't have any goats.
And they've got those flashcards and all those tools too to help at home. if you're looking to invest in the showmanship side.
We've had about 2,300 kids go through the next level camps in the last 5 years. Pretty incredible. I think they had 16 camps this past year, but Jeff's a big supporter and gives back. But we're going to see what Travis does here.
Class with quality all alike. I think the top 4 driving out here all offer a lot of positives, and yet there's things we might want to just tweak just a little bit. But when it comes down to it, I think there's one that has the most in terms of mobility and range of motion. One that gives you a great look for this weight in terms of her head and neck. She ties in really fresh all the way through. She's got, without a doubt, the best hip and hind leg. I like this Blaze Fist Gilt to win. Congratulations to her. That's a nice Gilt that offers some shape and stretch. She's the best in the center part of her body. You get right behind all 4 of them. She reads with the truest in terms of her mobility behind. Her angulation to her front shoulder is the best. So that's the Gilt I elected to use. I think our second place Gilt offers some uniqueness in terms of levelness to hip and shape and bone. I like this young lady's black Gilt to be second. I like that Gilt overall. I think she follows type and kind in terms of mobility out of her hip and hind legs. Suits to be second best in this class. She needs cracked open when she gets right in front of her when she drives at you. But that one levels up. She squares up real nice. Got some shape. High quality kind of an underline for that particular Gilt. Young lady's belted Gilt suits to be third best in this class. And she gives a little bit different of a look. She's a little more mature in her overall design, a little harder to read up in her head and neck, need to be just a little bit fuller for me at this particular weight. In her forerib and center body, she gets a little bit washed out. Got a big hind leg working in her, maybe doesn't utilize her ankle as good as I'd like to see when you get her out and go. Real good looking blue Gilt. Young man's doing a killer job driving her. Her front 2/3 are tremendous in terms of being up on her pastern, gives you a good look. She's too short and round out of her hip for me and gets a little flatter in her forerib and center body for this particular weight. But I like that Gilt design on the side as good as any. The next one comes out is one that just kind of grew on me the longer the drive goes on. I think she balances up nice on the side. Just wants to wrinkle up a little bit there in her ham loin hookup. And she's pushing the limits in terms of being out of bounds when I get right behind her. And her hot placement there, we just want to square her up ever so slightly. Next one comes out, offers some look and design. Need to pull her apart off both ends. Next one, the kind of sandy colored belted Gilt here, offers some stoutness and center body. Just need to push her back in terms of her shoulder placement, give her more mobility out of her hip and hind leg. I visited the Ranger exhibitors. Congratulations to them. Let's pay them off with a nice round of applause.
Fourth place, Manny Sines. Fifth place, Sadie Bolin. Sixth place, Tate Reinhardt. Seventh place, Maylee Grove. Eighth place, Tyler Turleson. Ninth place, Caitlin Carter. And in 10th place, Kylie Kaiser. Congratulations, we're ready for class 24. Weights from 345 to 356.
Just doing my best.
Yeah, I know it. Dang it.
It's kind of crowded in here.
Yeah, it's a good thing I'm not claustrophobic.
Good thing you put deodorant on this morning.
Yep.
We have a bracelet turned in, so if you
Mute
lost a
it.
bracelet
Mute it for a sec, Mary.
come up and if you can
Mary,
describe it, you can
mute
have
that. All right, we had a little question and answer session here, so.
We got Jack Goodwin in the first pen with an Ottenwalter bred hog. Wedding Blues. The second pen, we've got Brandy Boak with a herd hog. We don't have a sire on that one. The third pen is Leah Rogers again with an out-of-line. It's an Ottenwalter bred hog again. Sam Vale of Oregon with another Ottenwalter hog in the fourth pen. That's a 225K. And then the young man in the fifth pen, I recognize him, but I'm...
Yeah, the fourth pin's is that an odd one, or is that the kid from Michigan?
Oh, that's the Michigan hog.
That's
so the fifth,
Michigan hog,
the
yeah.
fifth pen is that black.
Yeah.
Couldn't find his number.
Holy moly, he's gonna weigh like 8 of them.
Yeah, this is that's Lane Mazik in the fourth pen there. Final Drive Genetics. That's another dirty secret again.
Wow.
Wedding Blues, Wedding Night,
Max.
out of line. Max Heimer there.
Yep, he just went through the scale. He's going down there in 7. He's weighed 7, 8. Looks like he's gonna weigh 9 of them. Come on, Platt. Make up your mind. Surely you can figure out the best 3 in that of 9, right?
These gilts now are at it's like around 348-ish.
Yeah, there's not much gap in the scale sides now when they walk in there. I got a rear view of that scale, and there's not much gap between the sides.
Let's congratulate our exhibitors that have just been dismissed.
That's Christy Awalt there. Awalt.
There's Jack. That's a Wedding Blues that comes out next. Then we have the Brandy. That's a herd hog. I don't know on the sire of that one. Anybody knows, let us know.
Comes out of a herd of hogs, huh?
Yeah. There's a Leah Rogers, an out of line.
What's this one of Christie's?
That is a pending. So
Pending. Joseph, I am going to put a knot on your head, dude.
Shannon's not a control freak. It's not that he wants to know. He wants to tell all of you.
That's right. I'm just trying to serve all of our people at home.
Yeah, and then that black hog is the 225K of Ottenwalters. That's the first one of those we've seen today. Be interesting to see how that boar works in the future now that people maybe figure out how to use him. Got the Heimer hog that comes out next there that Max is driving. It's another dirty secret.
See if we can get the info from JP Joseph Parker back there on this Gilt. I see him back there. I shot him a text. We'll see if he answers. He's probably
He's probably not going
dang
to pull his
nervous.
phone out right now.
He's pretty.
In business mode, I think. Lane's hog is, again, Final Drive Genetics. That's the other dirty secret over here on the backside.
What do we got? About half dirty secrets out there?
There's more than one.
Couple in each class.
Max's hog right in the center of your view there is another dirty secret.
Christie's hog gets put away. Max's is a dirty secret. Is that what you said?
Yep. The black hog is, I believe, the 225K, but don't quote me if I'm messing that up because his number is covered up, but near as I can tell.
That's a pretty cool one.
She's made neat.
You bet.
Feet and legs on that one.
Super square. Yeah, I think guys have figured out how to mate that one. You're right.
It's the kid in the red shirt's back tag. I think I've missed him.
Yeah, probably did. Maybe another dirty secret.
Leah catches
Aaliyah's
a pin.
catches a sixth hold.
It's the out of line hog.
$37.73.
Gold Star Show Pigs, Jeremy Nettles.
That's a wedding night hog.
Goes ahead and pins the 225K hog there. Jack's still out there with his wedding. So we got a wedding blues, wedding night, unknown on the young lady. Then we got Max Heimer out there with his dirty secret. Jack sure is a good kid. He's one that I really enjoy.
What's that? Who?
Jack from Oregon.
Gotcha.
Always willing to jump in and help. Works really hard at home on those hogs.
I'll tell you, it's pretty impressive the amount of people that are from Oregon and Washington at this deal. There is a lot. Could have counted on one hand 5 years ago the people from the Northwest.
And it's amazing to me the number of people raising hogs in areas like Washington now.
Unbelievable. I get to judge quite a few shows up in that part of the world, and there is a lot of pigs shown in that part of the world.
These big spoiled gilts are getting cranky out here.
Oh,
Starting to
yeah.
get some background noise.
Fat mamas are getting cranky. Travis is going to see who can handle it.
Be interesting to know what this one is. Anybody at
No
home
kidding.
knows what the young lady's hog sired by? Brandy Boak.
That one's pretty opened up.
I think it's a tremendous that I weighed the most, and I gave the ring help and the guys the most, I guess the most work for the day, but they didn't lose any for me, so made my job a little bit harder. But I think the four on the top end are awfully good, and just kind of sorted the difference, and I took a little more time because I think quality in here is exceptionally good, and I think it's just how how you want to put your emphasis and which one combines the most or wherever, and that's what I was trying to debate through my head, and I had it all different ways. And I think the longer the drive goes on, I think if there's one that just pulls herself together, maybe didn't get me right out of gate, but she pulls herself together tremendously good because her hips and high legs are the best in this class. She opens up good, she's the shapeliest, she's the best in the center part of her body. That young man down there on the far side, congratulations to him. He thinks the best in this job. The Gilt in second is this one right here. She deserves a round of applause too because she got a real good deal. I like that Gilt. She hit me extremely hard when she comes out because that one has breeding value, ridiculousness, because she is awesome from the side. I like the way she's presented with her hair. She's a fresh made kind of a Gilt. Awesome silhouette on the side. Where I want to get critical on her is just right at her hop. She maybe just carrying a little bit on the inside there. Maybe doesn't affect her about every third or fourth step. Just want to get real critical on her. I want to clean her rear hop up ever so slightly. Third and fourth were close. I like the young man right here to be third in front of me. I think this Gilt's a little bit taller running. She offers some shape and muscularity, not as much security from her hop to her ground. Maybe want to push her shoulder back. He's drove the wheels off of her and done a good job. Fourth place Gilt is one that I love from the heaviness, the bone standpoint. Maybe just want to give her a little more look and a little more security. She gets a little straighter from hop to ground. She's probably the flattest in her forerib and center body of her top four, but a real good kind of a Gilt there that I like in terms of shape and muscle and bone. The black gilt comes out next. Awesome looking from the side. One that gives you some shape and freshness. Probably as fresh as anything in this particular class. Get real critical on her. We need to crack her open when she comes right at me. Maybe just strengthen her pastures at the same time. That's a good looking gilt, and that man does a good job driving her hip and hind legs. Plenty good enough for me. Next one comes out. It's got some shape, got some hard muscle work in her. She's a little flatter in her forerib and probably just throws herself out of bounds the longer the drive goes on. She gets a little longer body, maybe just gets a little tangled up there behind, just pushing the limits in terms of width from high to ground. Blue gilt comes out, pushing a little more condition, a little harder to read, wanting to kind of couple up on us, I guess. As it gets a little shorter in her hip, gets a little shorter in her front third. Mobility and soundness is plenty good enough in that gilt, just need to peel a little bit off her to get her any higher. Next gilt comes out, I think offers a lot of quality. Looks like she hurt her right hind there the way she wants to kind of just, she misses step, but I think her angles are right. I think everything's good there, just needs to get out and go better for the ring today in this competitive little class. Next gilt comes out, shaped and gives you a nice look on the side. Just gets a little drier in her forerib. Need to open her up off both ends. Extremely good class. I commend the exhibitors. Let's pay them off with a round of applause.
First place, class 24, Max Heimer. Second place, Brady Bulkey. Third place, Jack Goodwin. Fourth place, Jeremy Nettles. Fifth place, Sam Valley. Sixth place, Allie Rogers. Seventh place, Christy Mazik. And in 9th place, Delaney Fram. And in 10th place, Colin Billings. Congratulations. We're ready for class 25. Class 25 is coming in the ring.
Sorry guys, from time to time we've had to mute. Shannon's kind of got several hats to wear back here and has people asking questions, so we're doing the best we can to keep on air. Congratulations on the new grandbaby, Devonna. That's awesome. That's a good reason to miss Arizona National. We talk about sponsors. Anybody at home that knows Twisted X real well or any of those apparel companies, I really think we should start finding a way to get them involved in sponsoring these shows. The amount of apparel kids wear and things like that, I think that would be awesome to see those companies step up. 4211, Michaela from Colorado. Final approach show pigs with a Skywire gets the first way back here. These gilts are running 259 to 262.
How about 359?
359 to 262.
That's when I say my weight. That's what I do. I take off 100, right? They're pretty full grown for damn sure. Sorry, I had to step away. I'm the Gilt chair, co-chair with Jeff, so we're trying to figure out exactly where we think we need to fill our cell up to, numbers-wise, and how we're going to align that order. Travis is the guy that picks them. We just have to give him the format of how we want to do it.
Carly Long is on the scale now. Hog raised by Lily Mae. It's another decked out. The next one in line there we have for the scale is Kikoa Taipin. That hog's a Wedding Night 45, raised by Ottenwalter. So the blue gilts again there headed over is a decked out. $54.28. They brought us the pedigree on this hog that's headed in the scale now. This is an Ottenwalter hog, sired by Wedding Blues. Isaiah Gomez here on the scale now. Kikoa is the one headed into the pen over there. That's the Wedding Night 45 hog. awful Sally looking. Solid white one. Almost.
Little dot on her nose.
She got the blue from the Wedding Blues. Right on her nose.
Yeah, we had a litter of them last year. We bred Wedding Blues to a solid white wedding night Yorkshire-based sow, and we had 6 grands and reserves out of that one litter. That sow had 13. Half of them were grand or reserve at different fairs. And of course, she dies in the crate the next litter with 17 in her belly.
I shouldn't laugh because it's not funny, but that's how it goes.
Yeah, it never fails, right?
That is how it goes.
And of course, we didn't keep a female out of that one, so that line's gone.
48-16, young man just got weighed there. Gavin Kirby from California, hog raised by Joe Gardner. That's a bluegrass.
The boar's at High Point, I think, isn't he? Oop, I'm sorry, Tricia. I'm
Want some more room?
whacking your knees. I just don't have no more space.
Did you hear why Andy and Devon aren't here?
No.
Their grandbaby.
Ah, good for them. I got to get a kid or two married before I can do that. This is Christopher Contessa. It's one of our local boys. I raised that hog.
What's
Got
that
a lot
on?
of mileage out of that gilt this year. That one's mother goes back to littermate to best man. 3 generations ago we bought from Wintex.
There's the White Hog's the Wedding Blues that comes out. The Typing Hog is Wedding Night 45. That's the young lady in the white out there. That blue gilt is the decked out, the other decked out gilt.
Aha, I wonder is that a mate to the one before?
Yeah, if this was easier to thumb through, I'd look at ear notches, but my assumption would be yes. They're built similar. This one's a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt. Nice hogs. They open them up a little bit right there at the knee, but that's that hog's got some size and scale and. Yeah, and when they get this big, you wonder where they're really at on age and maturity and how long they've been set on. Or
how many times they've seen Christmas?
Yeah, for sure. Well, just the way it is. I mean, hogs are so hard to make today the way they got to be. I mean, they got to be so many things to be really good.
I am impressed, though, as far as hip and hind leg, though. We've definitely made progress in the industry because there was a time sitting here a couple years back. It was pretty scary.
Yeah, we just had to find the one that wasn't bow-legged, right? Mm-hmm. I'm anxious to see when Travis is all done today and quiz him about what he thought about the quality here. The guys we've had in the past have all said, yeah, quality's way, way, way good.
And there is a sale tonight, so anybody at home that fell in love with any of these gilts that are going to make the sale.
If you're there and you want any info, call Krisha. You got her number probably more than any of you got mine, so get a hold of Krisha, get a hold of Jeff Morris, get a hold of Clay Parrish. Shoot us a message on Facebook, and we'll get you one of our numbers if you're interested. Sale here's been good, Krisha. I mean, I think the high seller was $25,000 last year for that champion cross gilt, and we sold the world record-setting Chester here 2 years ago.
Ott Walter Firm buys that one. Is that correct?
Yep. I think that one brings 23,000 or something.
bunch of different parts in this
Here we go.
particular class, and none of them really look alike. Just kind of what we landed on, and I think that studying them a little bit longer it is, and I think it comes down. I think there's one that just opens up the truest underneath and does have the most. She pushes the limits behind, but I think she maintains mobility the best. I like the young lady painted up Gilt in the class. And I like that Gilt shape. I like her spread. I think she's the best in terms of squareness and width up in her front end. One that, as I said earlier, I think she pushed the limits in terms behind. I thought she stayed together structurally good enough to go ahead and pull the trigger. Blue Gilt suits me second best because that Gilt's incredibly good on the side. I like that Gilt's overall design. She is huge-legged and very, very correct in the way she's designed out of her hip and hind leg. I'll be the first to admit we need to pull her apart when she comes at me, probably give her a shot more stifle muscle, but I thought from a skeleton standpoint and levelness, she suits me probably best in this class. Just need to pull her apart all the way through. Third place is going to be the young lady right here with the painted up Gilt. I like that Gilt's muscle. I like that Gilt's design from the side. We just need to change the way she goes up front. She just gets a little out in her elbow, just not quite as correct and fluent out of her hip and hock, but I think a nice kind of a Gilt. Fourth place Gilt, when she came in, I thought that was the one we're going to land on because she's just pretty basic, but still has some extras in terms of flesh and center body. Wants to wrinkle up a little bit in her ham loin, and at the same time, she comes right at me. She's a little flatter in her feet, maybe not quite as pulled apart and square there, but mobility, soundness, I'll take sows that look like that all day. Just maybe need to give her a little more look, trim her front end and her feet up a little bit there on the front end. Young man does a great job showing her. Blue Gilt comes out, offers some bone, offers some structure. Shape and design's awfully good in that Gilt. Longer the drive goes on, she wants to get a little more timid the way she takes a step there. That's why she landed in fifth. Sixth place Gilt is one that offers center body and dimension. Just the longer the drive goes on, she wants to get a little bit tight out of her hip, kind of wants to sag her top line ever so slightly. I do like her mobility she's got in her front end because she's set good there. I think one that's maybe just a little past her prime, not quite as fresh as I'd like to see at this particular weight. Another Gilt that kind of moved her way up there from a shape and design standpoint, just need to fix her front feet, need to give her more mobility off both ends. I visited with the remainder of the class. Congratulations to them. Once again, I'll ask you to put your hands together for them as they head back.
First place, Michaela Ladich. Second place, Carly Long. Third place, Yoki Tappan. Fourth place, he's Tappan, thank you. Typin. I'll get it. Isaiah Campez. Fifth place, Gavin Kirby. Sixth place, Kylie Gillard. Seventh place, Christopher Contessa. Eighth place, Christian Kirchhoff. Golovkin. Ninth place, Connor Shippey. And in 10th place, Jamie Black. Congratulations. We are ready for our final class, class 26. Weights from 367 to 385.
Back to the last class of the day here. First young lady in catches the pen here.
That didn't take long. That's Hannah Seymour.
No regrets. Hofschulte Genetics raised that one.
That one's plenty big. Good kid.
Very good kid. She's shown a lot of nice hogs over
Yep.
the years. Jace Tarbell over here on her side.
Yeah,
He was.
Yeah, he was there. Jace is the one that helps her out a lot, and good kid. She was reserve senior showman last night. Does a heck of a job.
Shannon, I said it while you were over there talking, but I really think that we got to get these apparel companies to start sponsoring some of these shows. Twisted Egg.
Are you kidding me? Where are they at? Imagine how many dollars in clothes these kids wear. Maybe we should just shut up and start our own line and sell them to these kids.
Could be some money to be made. There's old Jace Souza. One of a kind that kid is. How'd he end up in showmanship yesterday? I missed that.
I think he was top 10.
Jace, they don't come much more intense than him.
Not much more of an attitude than that one. He's got the fire on now.
Yeah, he is intense. Saw that gilt a few weeks back at a jackpot. She looks nice. Raised by Melee. That's a white lightning. Jace's grandparents called him all across the world. Ernie's a
Good people.
good guy.
Good people. Yeah, they were unloading the other day, and they were unloading tack, and I said, hey, you forgot that 30-pack of Coors Light in there. And he said, don't worry, I'll get it out. So what's the Berkshire appearing hog coming at us here? Is that tag number there? Can't see.
7022.
Oh, I know who that is now.
Allison Kaufman. It's a Bratton hog.
That's a radical. That is a purebred Berkshire.
Why is the purebred Berkshire
He's
showing?
probably too old, or she is probably too old. Yeah, didn't dawn on me when that one was coming. Yeah, that one's been shown on our circuit here. That was the champion Berkshire Gilt at our state fair.
2553. Just get on the scale there. Katie Howe from Otten Walters. It's another cowboy swag. There's been a few of those on the top side that caught the scale today.
Yeah, I mean, if
We
you
used him
can
and-
breed him to something plenty fleshy, that boar
Yeah.
still does a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why he came back home from James's, I think, back to Russell's. They kind of made the second round of him. Yeah, this Berkshire Gilt was darn nice. That's a Bratton hog.
Yeah, she is nice.
She's having a tough time getting off that right rear leg today for some reason.
$65.20. She's driving a hog raised by Nasser show pigs out there, sired by Scorpion. See a young man with the white hog. That's actually she's sowy. $70.75. That white hog out there is raised by Lackey, sired by Design. She's interesting.
Yeah, that boy gets Gilt's head up. If you could blend her a little better right there to her ham loin. I'd venture to say that one might have some Wintex white on her.
Is that legal here?
Yes. We got rid of that rule several years ago.
Hannah Seymour there, closest to you in view. Hofschulte hog, I believe that was, right?
Yep.
You got Jace Souza. Skin on hair on that one is way good.
Jace or the hog?
Well, I mean, I think Jace spends some time on his skin and hair too. But
Yeah. Mr. Fancy Pants.
You know, if he can come say hi to me, I might tease him a little bit.
Yeah,
I haven't seen much of Jace.
I mean either, so I'm going to give him heck on the Facebook, and he can watch it later and have something to say. There are not many kids out there got more passion than that kid. He loves to show those hogs.
He is super intense.
Yeah, he shows a few sheep and maybe a goat or two here and there. Yeah, he's been to camp a few times. He's a handful.
Not very many people who don't know who Jace is.
No.
Made a lot of friends over time.
Yes, he has. Does a really good job.
Katie Howell out there.
The water got a little deep here. Here's Travis. We'll see what he says.
Here in the final class, I think a nice way to maybe not the depth all the way through, but I think the top three out here driving an awful lot of positive things. And yeah, with that said, I think it comes down to a pair of them that are opposite. One offers a little better passenger set with a little more muscle and flexibility. The other one offers an awesome look with a real heavy-duty skeleton. So there's a little offset, I guess, in between them. I guess for me, the one that I read just a little bit better in terms of shape and muscularity. Young lady suits me best to win this drive. Congratulations to her. I like that Gilt shape. I like that Gilt stifle muscle a little bit better than our second place Gilt. The second place Gilt goes to young man. Let's give him a big round of applause because that's an awfully good Gilt. If she had a little more stifle muscle, I would get into that one quite a bit. But for this weight, I just want to see just a little bit more raw muscle. But her skeleton's awfully good. She's got a huge hind leg. I think she designs really good on the side. Just for this weight, I want to see just a little bit more sheer muscle. Young man does an awesome job driving. Third place Gilt comes out, probably follows in terms of shape and muscularity as our class winner, but for me, she's a little flatter in her forerib. She's not near as comfortable off the rope again. The white Gilt that comes out, I think gets up here from a mobility standpoint. Just want to change the way she's designed up in her front shoulder and knee. Not near comfortable enough. She wants to cave in. The man does a nice job driving hogs all day. Like her freshness, like her shape, like her design that she does have plenty mobile enough out of her hip and hind leg. Black Gilt comes out next. I need to change her the way she's designed up in her front shoulder. She gets a little flatter in her forerib. Real high quality underline kind of a Gilt. Next one comes out, just gets a little bigger and flatter, a little faster climb in this particular weight. Good class all the way through. Congratulations those exhibitors in our last class. Let's give another nice round of applause.
Texas. From 22, Dennis Grove from California. From class 23, Michaela Serratino from California. From class 24, Max Heimer from Missouri. From class 25, Michaela Ladage from Colorado. And from class 26, Hannah Seymour from California. Let's give all these exhibitors a big round of applause in our third and final division of our Crossbred Gilt show. Immediately following the selection of our top 10 gilts in this division, we will have our champion Crossbred Gilt drive.
Well, again, thanks for following us. We're been through the final class of the day, Krisha. This is the final division, class 19 through 26, and these are the big mamas here. Pretty good set of gilts. We'll see which one lands on top, and I think we know the ones that are our favorites, and I'm not going to say which one because I'll be wrong again and jinx some poor kid. So, you know, any one of those hogs got a lot of value right there in that class.
Absolutely. The value on down the road of these things is pretty impressive too. So that's why we can't forget about the sale tonight. I think they're going to sell maybe 10 in this division and possibly.
It looks like we're probably going to sell the top 10 in all three divisions is what it's appearing. I talked to Travis there a minute ago, and he said, I think the quality's so deep we're going to sell top 10 in each division. So we're going to see what he says now.
Well, let's put it together for all our class winners out here. I think all 8 of these represent a lot of quality here in our last division, and it didn't slack on quality. I didn't think we would, and I think that all these gilts offer some soundness and flexibility. I've talked them all within the drives, and to get out here, I didn't have a great idea. I liked a couple of these quite a bit in their class, and I think I get them out here. I think there's one that rises to the top a little bit quicker than I actually intended she was gonna, because she is flawless in her skeleton, the way she utilizes her hind legs. She opens up. She's the biggest in terms of her shape, her muscularity, her cage. I think she used her hind legs the best. I like this young man's gilt right here, the one with the ribbon. Congratulations. Congratulations, Max Heimer from Missouri, coming in from that class. Will be Brandy Volka from Louisiana. Reserve, I think, gets really close, and I think due to quality, I mean, there's a bunch of different ways that that's kind of pondered through my head here for reserve, and I think it comes down to 3 or 4 of them, and they're all different. You know, there's some that have a little bit more here, a little more there, one that's maybe a little bit better in their pastures, one that's a little more attractive. I guess for me, there's one that maybe doesn't follow suit, but I think she's the second best in terms of structure and design and got a killer look to her. She actually came out of that class. Congratulations, I made it second. She'll be reserved. Brady Volke from Louisiana. Congratulations. Coming in will be Jack Goodwin from Oregon. That gilt comes in. It was third in that drive, and that class was tremendously good. And I think she gets into the mix. I like her stoutness she does have. Maybe didn't have the chest the other ones do. I think there's another one that just from a flexibility standpoint, shape and body, awfully good. Like the young lady in the green shirt to be third in this division. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Tristan Rasco from Texas.
For fourth, there's another one I think that hit me pretty hard today. I wish she was just a little bit fuller. She came second in that class. Then later, the second's going to be fourth in this division.
Congratulations, Aaliyah Rogers from California. Coming in from that class will be Kai Typen from Oregon.
Fifth overall in this division is another one that I love her skeleton. I like her width. I thought she won her class pretty easily. She gets out here, maybe just doesn't quite have as much when she's coming and going. But impeccable skeleton. I'll take them that look like that in terms of sound. I like the white one, fifth best. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Isaiah Gammons from Oklahoma. Coming in from that class will be Jason Mayring from Nebraska.
Next best in this division, I think, is a unique one that offers some shape and heaviness to structure. She's one that's plenty mobile for her weight. I like the young lady in the last class. Congratulations to her.
Congratulations to Hannah Seymour. Coming in from that class will be Jay Souza from California.
I'm not going to split that pair. I like that young man second out of last class. He'll be the next in the sale.
Congratulations. Seventh is Jay Souza from California. Coming in from that class will be Katie Howell from Oregon.
Next one is a real unique one that offers some shape and heaviness and structure. I like to see the colors on next. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Jace Marion. That brings in Tyler Nasser from Arizona.
Next best came out of one of the deepest classes today. I like her shape. I like her bone. I like this young man that was third in that good class. Congratulations.
That was Jack Goodwin from Oregon. Congratulations. Ninth.
Round out our top 10, I like the Blaze Face Gilt. Congratulations to her. She'll be our 10th overall heavy.
Congratulations to Michaela Ciortino from California, 10th overall in division number 3. We will have about a 10 to 15 minute break here before we begin our champion gilt drive. We will be notifying you shortly how we are going to call those gilts up for the final drive, so please stand by.
So all of you out there listening, we're getting our final drive ready to go here for our Supreme Champion Gilt. We'll bring all those peers up here and all of those division cross winners. So stay tuned. We're going to break video here, so this thing's not all one piece. We'll start a new video, but stay tuned. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Thank you for tuning in.